China has major colonization projects throughout Africa in particular. Chinese workers, Chinese property, Chinese infrastructure, Chinese mines, Chinese dams, Chinese ports, Chinese police patrolling these, Chinese profits. China has interests around the world. It wants a navy to protect those interests and project force there. It already has the largest navy in the world numerically. Now it's working to grow its qualitative advantage. And look, even if the Fujian aircraft carrier isn't quite ready to tackle the USS Gerald Ford, that's the new U.S. aircraft carrier class that is just entering service. These are images of the USS Gerald Ford undergoing sea trials, practicing. But look, even if the Fujian can't quite take on the Yanks, you can bet they can take on, I don't know, any African country that doesn't like to be recolonized and is pushing back on China, or any little island in the Pacific, or even tackle Korea or Japan in a significant way. I wouldn't bet against those countries just yet, but China is their rival now, bigger than them, richer than them, and soon enough stronger than them. I laugh at the demonization of Russia in wider society, the virtue signaling, the empty gestures, not because I support Russia's invasion of Ukraine, I don't, but because it's so obviously ineffective, all this virtue signaling. Russia is selling more oil than ever at a higher price than ever. The ruble is more valuable than when the war started. It was supposed to be destroyed. Western countries refused to actually sanction Russian oil and gas because they need it so badly. It's all BS virtue signaling. Russian soldiers have died, and I don't think it's going how Putin planned, but they haven't really been stopped, have they? And I don't think they will be until they decide to stop. And if that's what Russia can do, well, what could China do with literally 10 times the population and 10 times the GDP? I mean, for all the photo ops and everyone putting a Ukraine flag as their Facebook photo, we haven't actually put true sanctions on Russia because that would hurt the West and just drive Russia into the arms of China and India and others. And they would get the oil and the West wouldn't. Now imagine China, effectively the world's factory for everything important, from high-tech to medicine to rare earth minerals. If you can't take Russia out of your economy, imagine trying to take China out of your economy. I can't even think of a single thing that I buy from Russia, but I can't think of a single thing that I don't buy from China. My point is, do you think we could win a war against China? Economically, I don't know. And how about militarily? Do you not want to think about it? It's tough to think about. All right, well, they seem to be thinking about it a lot on their side, even if we don't like to think about it. Trump started to take on the challenge of China. He put big tariffs and import barriers on them. He challenged them rhetorically. He put them on notice. He tried to reshore American industries, but it didn't really get going. And under Joe Biden, all of those trade battles have been abandoned, surrendered. Hunter Biden, the son, is on the take from both Russia and China. Who knows what that means? But the world has seen Biden's reaction to threats, to Afghanistan, to Ukraine. Lots of talk, not a lot of action. China's taking his measure. I'm worried about this new aircraft carrier in China. I mean, I'm not worried today, but maybe in 2 years, for sure in 5 years, when it's likely joined by a sister ship. And when China has decided that it can take out Taiwan faster than the U.S. can send help. And that the U.S. really wouldn't have the moral stamina to cut itself off from China. Its goods and services, TikTok, Apple computers, everything made there. Oh, well, I don't know. That Chinese aircraft carrier had rainbow fireworks. So what? Look at the U.S. Navy's Twitter page today. It changed its emblem to the pride colors. I mean, look, if you're going to lose a war, you might as well look fabulous while you do so. That was an excerpt from my daily TV-style show called The Ezra Levant Show. Each weekday, I do a monologue on the news of the day. Then I interview a fascinating guest. I read some fan mail or hate mail, depends on which I like more. And we end with a video of the day. You can get it all at rebelnewsplus.com.